If you keep fighting your thoughts at 2 a.m., your brain will keep fighting back. That's not a theory. That's how your nervous system is wired. Every night, millions of people lie in bed, exhausted, begging their mind to just stop. And every night, the same thing happens. The thoughts get louder, the frustration builds, and sleep moves further away. But there's a tiny habit that works with your brain instead of against it. It takes 10 seconds. It's backed by real neuroscience. And once you understand the science behind it, you'll wonder why no one taught you this sooner. So stay with me. Think about what you do when you can't sleep. You close your eyes tighter. You tell yourself, stop thinking, just relax. And for a second, it almost works. Then another thought creeps back in. So you push harder. You get annoyed. And now you're more awake than before. This is the trap. Your brain doesn't respond to force. When you try to suppress a thought, your brain monitors for it even more. Psychologists call this ironic process theory. So the harder you try to sleep, the more your body fights against it. But you don't need to win that fight. You just need to stop showing up to it. When you lie down and the lights go off, a part of your brain called the default mode network switches on. Think of it like your brain's screensaver. It fills the silence by replaying your day, imagining tomorrow, running through worst-case scenarios. Along with that, there's one more thing at play here. There's a principle called the Zeigarnik effect. Your brain holds on to incomplete tasks much more tightly than completed ones. You know, those unresolved things that feel like open browser tabs running in the background. That conversation you didn't finish, it's an open tab. That email you forgot, it's an open tab. Your brain at 2 a.m. is basically a browser with 30 tabs open and no way to close them. Your brain does this because unfinished feels unsafe. And its number one job is to keep you safe. That's the glitch. It's running a protection program at the exact moment you need it to power down. But once you know the pattern, you can interrupt it. And it only takes 10 seconds. This isn't meditation. It's not a breathing exercise. It's one sentence. When a thought shows up at night, instead of chasing it, you quietly say, I'll think about this tomorrow. This sounds too simple. But remember the Zeigarnik effect. Your brain can't let go of things that feel unfinished. When you say, I'll think about this tomorrow, you're not ignoring the thought. You're scheduling it. And to your brain, scheduled means it's handled. Now add 4 more words. Right now, I'm safe. So the full sentence would be, I'll think about this tomorrow. Right now, I'm safe. The word safe signals your amygdala that there's no threat. Your breathing slows. Muscles relax. Cortisol fades and melatonin gets room to work. This isn't a trick. It's biology. You're speaking your brain's language. When the thought comes back again, you repeat the sentence. Same words with same calm tone. Think of your mind like a child who keeps getting out of bed. You don't yell. You gently walk them back. Every repetition teaches your brain that nighttime thoughts don't get rewarded with attention. Night after night, it stops bringing them. For more stubborn nights, there's a second tool called cognitive shuffling. Let me explain. Pick a random word like garden. Picture unrelated objects for each letter in that word. For example, for the letter G, you can say a glass of water. For the letter A, it can be an airplane. For R, it can be a red balloon. This breaks the overthinking chain. Your brain can't build an anxiety spiral out of random, disconnected images, so it gives up trying and drifts toward sleep. Now, everything so far works tonight, but there's a daytime habit that makes it almost effortless. Set aside 10 minutes during the day to worry on purpose. Sit down and think through everything bothering you. That deadline. That awkward conversation. Give your brain full permission. This is called a worry window. It's one of the most effective techniques in cognitive behavioral therapy. When worries get a dedicated time slot, your brain registers them as handled. So at night, the postponed sentence becomes 10 times more believable. Also, keep a notepad on your nightstand, not your phone. If an important thought pops up at night, write it down in one sentence. Your brain treats written down thoughts as externalized. A study in the Journal of Experimental Psychology found that people who wrote down worries before bed fell asleep significantly faster. Writing removes the thought from your mental queue. But there's one last thing. If you skip this, everything else slowly stops working. Never judge your sleep the next morning. Don't think, that was terrible, I barely slept. Don't calculate how many hours you got. Because your brain is always listening. And trying harder is exactly what started this cycle. Instead, no matter how the night went, you must say yourself that sleep is getting better. This tells your brain there's no problem to fix. No pressure. And without pressure, sleep comes on its own. Your brain doesn't overthink to torture you. It does it because something feels unfinished. Now you know how to speak its language. Tonight, try just one thing. When a thought shows up, say, I'll think about this tomorrow. Right now, I'm safe. If it comes back, say it again. You don't need to solve your life at midnight. You just need to tell your brain tomorrow, not now. 10 seconds, that's all it takes.